What is going on, chat, man? We are back, and today we are reacting to the downsides of playing with LeBron James. This was highly anticipated and highly recommended, man. When I was the biggest LeBron James fan of all time, reacting to this video genuinely scared me. Genuinely. But on my journey, reacting to MJ and classic NBA content, I learned so much about basketball and who the real GOAT really is. And it's Michael Jordan. And I admitted that in a video if you guys want to go check that on my channel. But with that being said, let's get straight into the video. And if you guys are new to my channel, you guys like classic slash old NBA content, man, hit the subscribe button, man, and join the crew. But with that being said, let's go.
While LeBron James's GOAT status will always be debatable, there is zero doubt about one thing. He's the most
Woo! Okay, let's go.
Scrutinized NBA player ever. From the time LeBron was 16 years old, he was dealing with enormous expectations.
LeBron James has captured the attention of fans, scouts, and opponents.
Nobody endured more media pressure, and nobody had...
Chat, I wasn't alive during the time LeBron was in high school or when he got drafted to the NBA. How big of a deal was LeBron James during this time period? Him being a basketball player, him being so popular and, being talked about. How was it back then? Can you guys let me know down below? I'm genuinely curious.
So many of their jerseys set on fire. And unfortunately, that scrutiny spills over to everyone around him. Having LeBron on your team is great, but it comes with tons of pressure because you are immediately expected to win. And if you don't, you're torn to pieces.
Honestly, it's a gift and a curse with playing with Bron. Like, I love Bron to death. I love playing on this team because for me, I feel like I thrive more under the pressure, but a lot of guys don't.
Hold on, people feel like they're under pressure playing with LeBron? I thought it was like more of, hey, I'm playing with LeBron. This is my generation's best player. I might learn a lot or a few from him. But scary? That kind of makes sense. If you're missing shots or playing absolutely trash, then yeah, I get that. Because I remember when Russell Westbrook was on the Lakers, people called him trash. And I was like, this guy's a legend.
I don't like it because it's always going to be that supporting cast of who's not doing what or who, and if you're not built for that, you're not made for that, it's going to eat you alive.
And while a lot of difficulties of having LeBron on your team comes from the fans and the media, some of it comes from LeBron himself. Coaches getting fired, cryptic tweets aimed at management, and the danger of getting traded by Le GM are always a possibility when the Kings
Yo, these Le GM stuff, like, why does LeBron get people traded though? I always thought that was the craziest thing. How are you capable of doing that? Like, how is that a real thing in real time?
Expectations are not met. But are the downsides of playing with LeBron greater than other superstars? Is James really a bad teammate? Or does this just come with the territory of playing with an all-time great? Well, it depends on who you ask and who you compare him to. Michael Jordan once punched Steve Kerr in the face during practice. Kobe was constantly berating his teammates if they didn't perform and refused to pass them the ball. Shaq wasn't really a sweetheart either. These guys were not saints. Yet people rarely questioned their teammates' skills because people from that era didn't care about teammates being nice to each other. And those anecdotes of...
Do you guys like that though? Do you guys genuinely like when that era was, you're talking super harsh to your teammate to get lock in, come on, we gotta win? Or you rather have it the LeBron way, quiet and get them traded out of there? Let me know down below, because those are two significant different things.
Heated practices only fueled the legend of Kobe and MJ as perfectionists and basketball killers. But when it comes to LeBron, everything is under a magnifying glass, especially after the decision. During his first stint in Cleveland, LeBron was universally loved by everyone.
Lewis gets it to LeBron for three for the win. Yes! LeBron James at the buzzer!
And he was viewed as a savior for the city that hadn't won anything in over 40 years.
I always let LeBron know they love you right now. They love you right now. But please believe me, the first incident, the first time something happened, they are waiting, man. They're waiting, man. They're waiting. They're waiting, man.
But as the seasons went on and a championship wasn't won, the first haters started to appear.
He's the fake MJ. He can't...
Is this the actual first LeBron hater of all time? Like, nationally televised?
Stand up to the pressure. The higher the expectations, the worse he performed.
And then, when the King decided to take his talents to South Beach...
In this fall, man, this is very tough. In this fall, I'm going to take my talents to South Beach. and join the Miami Heat.
It was like he opened the gates of hell. Within seconds, he went from one of the most loved to one of the most hated athletes on the planet.
There's no way that you could possibly.
Oh, I wasn't even old at this time to really watch this. Quitness, beg for mercy, punked move. Wow.
Prepare for something like this.
And it all coincided with the invention of the smartphone, the rise of social media, and the popularity of the debate shows. The NBA news cycle was running 24/7, and the main target was LeBron. The 2010-2011 Miami Heat were arguably the most hated team of all time. And the Kings' first game back in Cleveland.
Is this actually true, chat? The most hated team of all time goes to the Miami Heat. The 2000, whenever LeBron was on that team. That's the most hated team of all time? I thought it was the Warriors.
Was complete horror.
I would never forget the Cleveland game, the first time we went back to Cleveland. And that was the time where I looked at LeBron and I was like, hey, this guy's he's not normal. He's really not normal. I've always said it, but I really felt it. But the hatred that I heard in the locker room, and it wasn't just boos, and it wasn't just I hate you. It was the look on people's faces. It was the things that was coming out of their mouths and like how raged they were, like in anger, that I said, I will never forget this moment a day in my life.
For the first time ever, it seemed like LeBron wasn't equipped to deal with the pressure, and his unhappiness led to one of his first Le GM moves. After the Heat went 9-8 at the start of the season, LeBron didn't trust their young and inexperienced coach, Eric Spoelstra, and the Kings.
Whoa, LeBron pushed the coach, though. Like, he literally just pushed him. Is that even legal? I've never seen a player bully his coach. What?
Wanted him gone. James went into Pat Riley's office and asked the Heat's president if he would fire Spo and take over the team, but Riley refused, believing that Spo was the best guy for the job.
We got a great young coach here, and I want to support him. Hope that he can grow like I did.
And on top of getting booed in almost every arena, and James questioning the coach's authority, LeBron's teammates had to get used to the fact that every bad pass, every missed shot was overanalyzed. Professional trolls such as Skip Bayless are something that athletes have become accustomed to now. But back in 2011, this was still viewed as serious journalism and something that should be addressed. Bayless kept calling Chris Bosh Spice, and it got so bad that Chris even went on Bayless's show to confront him.
My thing is, my family, we take a lot of pride.
What? It got to the point that he had to go on the freaking show just so he can confront him? Like, so much has changed because that doesn't even happen now, and it affected him because of LeBron, which is actually kind of crazy if you think about it, how much influence he had at that time period. Wow. And I'm not really trying to compare to LeBron to Jordan right here, but imagine if there was internet back when Jordan was playing. Like, Jordan would have been more popular than he is probably right now.
In our name, I don't like it being made fun of.
Bosh used to dominate the paint and was a 20-10 guy on the Raptors, but when he teamed up with LeBron and D-Wade, he was forced to adjust and play in a limited offensive role, which is not easy for a star player. Still, the Heat made the 2011 finals, but LeBron played the worst basketball of his career.
Shot clock down to 7. James, that's a travel.
To the delight of Skip Bayless and all the online haters. And as the pressure mounted, some of his teammates started to feel the wrath of LeBron. And nobody had it like Mario Chalmers. Rio was a constant target of LeBron's yelling. And it seemed like as soon as
I've never seen LeBron get that like that towards a player before. Why is it Mario Chalmers? What? They had like some type of beef chat? Let me know down below. I've never known that. I known that he played on Miami. He had a couple arguments, but they had a real problem.
he made any mistake, LeBron would yell at him or raise his arms in disbelief. But Chalmers wasn't the only one who needed to adapt. Bosh and Wade had to change their game the most, completely transforming to adapt to LeBron. And thankfully for the Heat, it worked. After 2 consecutive titles, the pressure decreased. They weren't booed anymore, Chalmers wasn't yelled at all the time, and nobody was calling them bums on a daily basis. However, as soon as the Heat lost in the 2014 finals, it all came back with a vengeance, and Bosh and Wade were called washed up after only one bad series. And that's the burden of playing with LeBron. If you're not shooting the ball well for 2 or 3 games, it's enough for people on social media to start calling you a bum and saying you can't play. And while Bosh and
Is that even fair to really say though? So you're telling me just because you had a bad game and the popularity of the player that you're playing with, and you guys just lost this series, so you're just getting dissed and called a bum and everything just because of that? That's crazy, man.
Wade were all-stars accustomed to criticism, some of the younger players had never had that type of attention before LeBron's arrival. The LeBron James effect multiplies everything. And while your social media following may increase tenfold because you made an alley-oop to LeBron, so will your haters. But after 4 finals appearances in Miami,
What?
LeBron decided to right the wrong, vowing to bring a championship to Cleveland. And before he even announced that he was returning to the Cavaliers, the GM was already in full effect. I'm excited to lead some of these talented young guys. I think I can help Kyrie Irving become one of the best point guards in our league. I think I can help elevate Tristan Thompson and Dion Waiters. You'll notice that LeBron never mentioned Andrew Wiggins or Anthony Bennett in that PR statement, and that's because he already knew they would be traded for Kevin Love, a move or
What? So this guy worked on the trade when he was already on Miami Heat the whole time, and he made it happen behind the scenes. Wh- I can't even like imagine that, bro. That's kind of crazy how much like ahead he is, as in like he has authority over all these players.
orchestrated with his blessing. However, when the 2015 season started, the Cavs struggled the same way the Heat did when LeBron arrived. The new pieces had to get accustomed to playing together, especially Dion Waiters and Kevin Love. Waiters never figured out how to be effective without the ball, and he got traded very early in the season. Love wasn't in tune with LeBron both on and off the court, and that's when James posted one of the most infamous cryptic tweets of his career, aimed at K-Love. But other than the misfit
What?
with Love, LeBron
Hold
also
on, we gotta see that.
tweets of his career, aimed
Stop trying to find out to fit out and just fit and be a part of something special. Just my thoughts. Oh wow. Okay.
at K-Love. But other than the misfit with Love, LeBron also never got on the same page with head coach David Blatt. Throughout the season, James was the one who called timeouts and made substitutions. He openly barked at Blatt
He called timeouts and called substitutions. He's playing the basketball game. How does he have the ability to do what a coach says? That doesn't make sense. What?
after decisions he didn't like. He huddled frequently with assistant coach Ty Lue, often looking at anyone other than Blatt. Still, despite all the turmoil and the injuries to Kyrie and Kevin Love, LeBron was by far the best player in the league. And other than Durant, nobody was even near his level. The Cavs made the finals, and surprisingly, they even won 2 games with Timofey Mozgov and Matthew Dellavedova as some of their key contributors.
Wow.
But even with 36, 13, and 9 from LeBron, the Warriors had too many weapons, and they finally overcame the shorthanded Cavs in 6 games. After that loss, both LeBron and the Cavs knew they needed to make some moves. First, they fired head coach David Blatt mid-season, despite Cleveland having the second-best record in the East. But Blatt had no authority over LeBron, who openly disrespected
I kind of feel bad for this coach. Like, he looks like he's an innocent, chill coach that he just wants to win. Gosh, man.
and disobeyed him, while Blatt kept silent. Eventually, he lost the locker room and had to leave. In his place came Ty Lue, who was LeBron's guy all along, and who James wanted to become the head coach for months. And while the GM David Griffin wasn't especially keen on trading for Iman Shumpert and J.R. Smith, LeBron gave him the assurances that he would keep J.R. in check. On top of the superstar power LeBron already had, at the time, he made an unprecedented habit of signing one-year deals. All athletes wanted the long-term security of a multi-year deal, but LeBron wasn't all athletes. Like a queen on the chessboard, the king was controlling and manipulating everything, deliberately signing shorter deals to give him flexibility, earn him more money, and, maybe most importantly, give him leverage. At any given moment, LeBron could say that he didn't want to stay in Cleveland, and that
He's kind of smart, but at the same time, that's lame. Like, I feel like that's kind of lame, but at the same time, that's kind of smart. Like, he's making more money, he's benefiting himself in the long run, but at the same time, it's kind of lame, though.
he'll leave as a free agent again. The threat of him leaving was such a powerful tool that GM David Griffin had no choice but to make moves like LeBron wanted. And at first, it proved to be a good thing. The GM got it right because both J.R. Smith and Iman Shumpert played key roles in the Cavs' route to the championship after they became the first team to come back from a 3-1 deficit in the finals. But after the 2016 finals, LeBron signed another one-year deal with a player option, and he had more demands for his GM. He first pressured the team to sign Tristan Thompson, and later J.R. Smith to long-term deals. His stranglehold on the Cavs resulted in them forking over more than $130 million to pay Thompson and Smith, which hurt the team tremendously. Thompson averaged just 7 points and 8 rebounds in the
This was not a good addition to the Cavs. Tristan Thompson, he was not a good addition to the Cavs, man.
3 seasons after receiving his extension. And after averaging 12.4 points for the Cavs in the 2015-16 season, Smith recorded just 8.4 points per game in his next 2 years with James. And after they lost the 2017 finals to the Warriors, Kyrie decided to leave because he didn't want to live in LeBron's shadow. The Cavs quickly traded him for an injured Isaiah Thomas.
Now that I'm reacting to this, I kind of understand Kyrie's point now. He wanted to leave Cleveland because he wanted to be his own type of guy. I seen an interview where Kyrie was asked, like, is LeBron his dad? Like, that doesn't make sense. I understand why he left, genuinely.
And Jay Crowder, in a move that LeBron was never happy about. To make it up to the King, the Cavs also added Dwayne Wade and Derrick Rose, but neither of those moves really worked. So, at the 2018 trade deadline, trying desperately to improve the team and please their superstar, the Cavs spent several draft picks and mortgaged their future, as nearly half the roster got traded. And even though LeBron did his part on the court, playing maybe the best basketball of his entire career during the playoffs,
James up and under, throws it off the backboard. Oh, what a perfect pass!
they couldn't get past the Warriors in the finals. JR forgot the score in Game 1.
Hill misses. Rebound goes to the Cavs. J.R.
It's the worst thing I've seen in NBA history. One of the most. It was so bad, chat.
Smith brings it back out. Throws it to Hill. Hill shot blocked.
And LeBron's 51-point game had gone to waste, after which it was clear that this team was already past its peak. LeBron had pretty much held the franchise hostage for years, with the unstated threat that he might leave, and as a result, the Cavs made desperate, short-sighted decisions. Then, to add insult to injury, in the offseason, LeBron left Cleveland again, relocating to LA. And when he got to Hollywood, LeBron put on his GM hat yet again. For the entire 2019 season, LeBron knew the Lakers.
How did he go to the Lakers, though, and become a GM on the Lakers? Like, how? Like, I understand Cleveland. You're from, Ohio and everything. But you're in LA now. Hollywood, basically. How? How do you manage that?
Lakers wouldn't contend for a title, and the entire time the King had been flirting with Anthony Davis, sending cryptic messages through the media and on Twitter. The locker room vibe was noticeably off, because Bron's teammates knew they could be getting traded at any moment. Also, the King's engagement on the court had been below par, especially on defense, where his effort and body language was disgraceful at times. At one point, Kyle Kuzma had to push LeBron to play defense.
See what they got. Gallo.
Are you serious, man? Like, LeBron. I think he was trying to tank so they can do that and get the players they want. That's crazy, chat.
In and out.
In what was a perfect example of a spoiled and uninspired superstar, and the microcosm of the entire Lakers 2019 season. But then, the GM finally got what he wanted, and Anthony Davis was traded to the Lakers. And just like that, LeBron started playing defense, and his body language improved. In their first season together, LeBron and AD led the Lakers to a championship, and the best general manager amongst players was proven right once again. However, James would soon make the biggest mistake of his GM career. After injuries to both AD and LeBron knocked them out of the 2021 playoffs, the Lakers felt they needed a roster upgrade. And even though they had the best defense,
I don't understand why he always wants to get better when his team was actually good during this time period. When they did this, like, their team in 2020 was good. 2021, their team was good. They got injured and he traded their players. And that's the complete reason why they're trash now.
Offensive backcourt in the NBA in Alex Caruso, KCP, and Dennis Schroeder, they decided to move them all to acquire Russell Westbrook because LeBron wanted to play with him. Russ on the Lakers proved to be an abomination.
Russ, nearly loses it with 5, with 4. Russ drives. Oh, it's underneath, and the Lakers.
I feel like Russell Westbrook during this time frame, he was going through so much pressure because he was not playing like himself. But as soon as he left the Lakers, oh my gosh, this guy was a dog. On the Clippers, he was a dog. On the Nuggets, he was playing amazing. So I don't understand what happened on the Lakers, man.
They're gonna lose it.
He took the ball out of LeBron's hands, killed floor spacing, and played the worst defense the NBA had ever seen from the highest paid player. During the 2022 trade deadline, LeBron took a shot at GM Rob Pelinka for not making any moves by praising other general managers. But it wasn't like Rob could really do anything. Westbrook's contract was untradeable, and the Lakers missed the playoffs, after which coach Frank Vogel lost his job. Fast forward to the 2023 trade deadline, when the Lakers were heavily linked to Kyrie Irving, who was seeking a trade out of Brooklyn. But after Irving signed with the Mavs, James posted 3 words that were aimed at Los Angeles' inability to get the deal done for Irving. Then, after a
Why would he say maybe it's me? What was that's some like lame stuff. You didn't have to say that, Bron. Like, I'm a big fan, bro, but chill. You don't have to say maybe it's me. I feel like Kyrie's his favorite player to play with though.
year and a half, the Westbrook saga and suffering was finally over, and Rob Pelinka produced a miracle that actually made the Lakers into a title contender. However, during the 2024 deadline, LeBron was at it again, posting subtle and not so subtle messages. By tweeting an emoji of an hourglass on January 30th ahead of the February 8th trade deadline, he created another tsunami of rumors. Does James want to be traded? Is he twisting the Lakers' arm to make a big move? Is he implying he might opt out of his $51.4 million player option for the 24-25 season? Unbothered, James seemingly enjoyed the drama. When asked if he wanted to clarify the tweet, he simply said no, because James is the king of using cryptic messages to his advantage. In fact, just a few days after his hourglass tweet, James poured gas on the rumors, responding to a tweet of an apple emoji with a crown and the Statue of Liberty, leaving people wondering if he wanted to play for New York. Then he wore a Knicks towel in a post-game interview the next day.
Oh yeah, he's trolling. Yeah, he's trolling. I didn't even see this. Yeah, he's trolling, chat. What? How do you guys feel about like him doing this type of stuff to the media? Let me know down below. I'm genuinely curious.
But unlike the previous years and past GMs, Rob Pelinka didn't want to budge and tether around LeBron anymore. For better or worse, LA didn't make a single trade at the 2024 deadline, deciding to keep their assets for the future.
If you can handle, LeBron coming to your team, then it works out for you and it can be successful. The problem is that everybody can't handle it. When LeBron comes to your team, there's winning expectations. Ain't no 4 or 5 years process. Ain't none of that. The pressure is on, and if y'all don't win, he ain't the one that's gonna be out of there. I mean, you.
During LeBron's career on 3
Wow.
different teams, the organizations have traded 118 players and first-round picks, which is a whopping 83 more than Michael Jordan. Some of it is
What?
due to longevity, as LeBron has played 5 seasons more than Jordan did. And some of it comes down to the modern age, where picks and players are traded much more frequently. But like any great player in NBA history, LeBron will do whatever it takes to win. He puts his teammates on the biggest stages of their career and gives them every opportunity to be great. But that comes with a lot of pressure, which doesn't suit everyone. Thanks for watching.
Chat, we gotta talk about this one for sure. I didn't know playing with LeBron James was this difficult. Like, you're getting traded that easy. That easy. No matter what, you're getting traded. If you play bad, have a bad couple games, you're getting traded. You're out of there. They're not gonna forget about that. Which is it's kind of crazy. I don't know how people deal with that, bro. But let me know down below what you guys think. And I don't know about the LeBron James, GM thing. I kind of think that's kind of crazy. But hey, with that being said, this is the end of the video, chat. So make sure to like, comment, subscribe, man, and recommend me some more stuff to react to, man. Cause hey, this was a banger. But with that being said, I'll catch y'all next time. Yes, sir.